boys, we're going to show you exactly how we made that hard loop for Travis Scott, Metro Boomin, and Don Toliver. We're going to break down the whole FLP, show you all the effects, what presets we used, how we recorded everything, how we mixed everything. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
So if you've been watching our tutorials recently, you know how we start everything. We've got our piano from Analog Labs using our go-to preset. Here's the pattern for the piano. All we've got on here is a halftime. Here's what that sounds like. Super simple chords. We've got a 1-5 chord progression there, G sharp minor down to D sharp minor, and a couple filler notes. Super simple. So we went ahead and rendered that out. We've got that here. We've pitched it up 3 semitones, and we've added effects on here. So we've got a reverb, got an EQ taking out those lows, a little bit of those highs. We've got a vinyl, again making it sound super vintage. We love that sound. We've got the 70s filter. Everything is off except for a little bit of warp. Effect rack using the color, cheap tape preset. Here are the settings we used, going for that vintage sound. Everything on the piano, here's what it sounds like. Nice, super simple layer, but it just sounds amazing with the rest of the sample. Next layer was like some random key sound from Analog Labs again, Drunk Stars it's called. This was from a demo producer grind analog bank that we just downloaded from their website. That's the preset, effects on there. We've got a reverb. We wanted these keys to sound super wet, so we went ham on the reverb. We added even more stuff on after we rendered it out. We've got a vintage chorus here, noise all the way down, mix brought down a little bit, and an EQ. Don't know what that is, but it's an EQ. Here's what it sounds like with those effects. Nice little bell sound. We went ahead and rendered that out. We've pitched that down one, and for effects on that now, we've got an EQ, again focusing on those mids. More reverb like I mentioned before, and for detune space, more reverb, more detune. Here's what those keys sound like with all those effects. Another super simple layer, works perfectly with the piano. Don't overthink your melodies, keep it simple, it's all in the effects. For the other 2 layers in this first section, we've got 2 different guitar layers. We know lots of you watching this probably don't have a guitar at home, or have never got around to learning how to play it. Here's how we did the guitar, and we're going to show you the effects we put on it. We've got an EQ there, taking out the lows. We've got a fruity limiter, literally just acting as a noise gate, reverb, effect rack using the color cheap tape, same preset we use for the piano, vinyl, 70s filter, a little bit of warp, another effect rack, detune space, just giving it heaps of reverb. That's it for the effects on that main guitar. Here's what it sounds like. Nice clean recording and a nice mix. For the second guitar, we've just got a counter melody. We actually run this through the exact same effect chain, and we just took out more of the lows just to keep it nice and crisp and high-endy. And then we exported it out. All we did was just add another fruity reverb. Here's what the counter melody guitar sounds like. So that kind of melody works really well for the main guitar. Boys, if you are watching this and you've got a guitar at home somewhere, even if you've never played before or if you're a beginner, we've got a full video on how we record and mix our guitars. There's going to be lots of value in that video. Go watch that video. You're going to learn some things from us and see exactly how we do everything. Alright boys, those are the 4 layers for the first part of the sample. Moving into the second part, my personal favorite, we're going to run through the layers in there. So, starting with the bass, this one's from Analog Labs. It's called Basement Riser. Don't know where this is from. I think it's a stock preset, so you should be able to find this. Effects on this bass, we've got an EQ taking out heaps of that high end because it just wasn't sounding good. We've got a Fruity Flanges and a Devil Lock Deluxe, which is just the exact same as using distortion. We've also got a volume automation on the bass because there was a tail on the bass that just kept playing even after the note cut off. So we did that just to keep it clean, keep it short. Here's what the bass sounds like. We rented that bass out just to keep the project a bit more clean. Sounds the exact same. We didn't add any more effects onto there. Alright boys, moving on to the accents that we added, which basically just fills up that whole second section. Accents can be super useful. One, if you're feeling uncreative and you want to use somebody else's idea. Or two, if you are feeling creative and you want to try experiment with different sounds. We're a mixture of both in this one. Here's what we ended up with. So all these we just got for free off Reddit or YouTube. The first accent we've got is just a sick sound, and it's also got a perk loop running in the background. Work perfectly together. I just had to stretch it out a little bit to fit the sample, and the second part I pitched it down 5 to match the chord progression. The effects on here, we've just got an EQ focusing on those mids and just cutting out all the random noise we didn't want. We've got a reverb and a pan man, which is just taking it side to side. Here's what the accent sounds like. Really nice accent. Shout out to whoever made that. Second accent we used, I believe it was actually from a drill kit. Rickson Accent FX. We've pitched this round. We've just got this at the start of every 4 bars for that main section. And for effects on here, we've just got a reverb and an echo boy. Here's what the accent sounds like. And then again repeats for the next 4 bars. So that was a nice little touch. Moving on to the third accent. This one, we didn't have to touch the pitch. We didn't have to stretch it to fit the BPM. We dragged it in and it was just perfect how it was. So effects on here, EQ, reverb, stereo shaper, just filling it out, pushing it behind the mix. Here's what the accent sounds like. That's probably my favorite accent that we added to this one. Fucking game changer. And lastly, we added this from a Wonder Girl kit. It's just like a bell percussion thing. We wanted to make this super reverbed, so we've got a reverb, we've got a delay. We automated this, so we cut the delay at the end of the 4 bars just so it didn't bleed into the next section. We've got a stereo enhancer, just so it had its own space in the mix. We've got an EQ doing that. Got a stereo shaper working with the enhancer. Here's what that bell sounds like. So before we finished with the sample, we highlighted everything and then we went up here, tools, consolidate playlist selection, and from selection start. And this just consolidates everything you selected into one wave file. From here, we pitched it up 1 semitone and just turned the volume of everything up. That is all the layers. It's fucking crazy. Boys, the sample is in our brand new sample kit that we've just dropped. Nostalgia, so there'll be a link in the description if you guys want to go check that out. Anyway boys, about to play you the full sample. Enjoy, thanks for watching.